My dad unfortunately can't be with us tonight. He's not dead. He just doesn't love me. No, he loves me. He just doesn't love me enough. I wrote a song about my dad for this specific occasion, and I hope you'll enjoy it. That was a dad noise, in case you didn't catch that. My dad will sometimes say things that aren't exactly true. Like, you used to have an older sister named Sally, but she never stopped sticking her tongue out, so we traded her in and got you. So you better stop sticking out your tongue if you want to be part of this family, or we'll kick you out and forget about you, just like we did with Sally. See, we don't even remember her name. That's how little we care. So get your act together, 3-year-old Katie Ross. My dad gave my sister iced tea at a very unreasonable hour. It was a little too late for all that caffeine and the very sugary powder. I told him it was a bad idea and I waited to see how he'd react. He looked at me and very calmly said, "We used to give you crack. We used to give you crack. How could they afford that?" So now I'm starting to believe that my dad has a secret life, complete with a set of secret kids and a very secret wife. I bet he got them ponies and Game Boys just like they always wanted, and I bet they live in a really nice house, probably one that isn't haunted. There goes my closet. My dad told me so. How could he do this to us? I mean, is one family not enough? But I guess all that driving back and forth, well, that'd be pretty tough. I really don't know what to say, but I guess I can't be mad. 'Cause he may not be the best person in the world, but he's the best dad. He's the only dad I've got. Thank you. Those were true stories. They didn't give me crack. He told me that, though. At least not to my knowledge. Anyway, my parents are pranksters. Over the summer, they took my little brother. They did something very nice for my little brother and sister. They took him on vacation, but they told him it was a surprise. So they took him on a vacation the worst way possible. They actually booked a night at a water park and hotel, but they didn't tell my siblings, and they tried to convince them that they were breaking into the hotel and that they were going to stay there no matter what. So, like, yeah, fun trip. My little sister, 7 years old, starts crying, and she's like, I don't want to go back to school and have to tell everybody that I went to jail. And I feel her pain, because I didn't realize it when I was little, but my parents pull pranks like that all the time. Like, when I was little, we had a dog, and his naming process was a little weird. I was told we named him Peter because he peed in the car. And we had to give him a middle name, and he licked everything. So for 9 years, our dog's name was Peter Licker Ross. And I don't know how they didn't crack up every single time they heard, "Peter Licker Ross, what are you doing? Get your head out of there." Yeah, I'm also a lot like both my parents, and one of my friends actually told me that, she's like, "Hey, if your parents had a baby, it would be you." I said, "Well, they did, and it was." Unfortunately, I get my figure from my father. And I say it's unfortunate because he's a middle-aged man and I'm a female college student. So I realize I'm not the skinniest person in the world. And I start to think to myself, I'm like walking around town, I'm thinking, like, maybe I should start eating better. I should start working out. And then I see someone who's just a little bit chubbier than me, just has a little more meat on their bones. And I'm like, that could be worse. I go home, eat like 8 cosmic brownies, and take a nap because I've earned it. Thank you very much. You guys have been great.